All right, so welcome guys. Happy Monday. It is April 11th. This is Melanie Mitro, and I am a superstar diamond coach and 2014 and 15 top coach. And tonight, our team call is about the leadership ladder, and the focus is to building rank and stability in your business. So not just getting to the rank. And so for some of you, this might be your very first team call. And so your focus is absolutely on the basics of the business and really keeping it simple with the 3 vital behaviors. That is going to be the thing that's going to get you to the point where you are looking at the bigger picture. But I like to give you an overview because I truly feel like in this business, there's so many layers of the business, so many things to focus on. And so often I'm finding that coaches are questioning whether or not what they're doing is actually bringing about the results that they're driving towards. And so I do love the leadership ladder. And since the moment it was created, almost 2 years ago, I've been implementing this and embedding this in my business. And this will be the first year that I've really kind of said, like, I feel like team leader is the new diamond. Like that does in my mind carry more weight. Being a team leader actually carries more weight than being a diamond coach, because it means being a team leader means that your rank is actually matching your income and your leadership, the number of coaches on your team that are producing some results too. And there are benchmarks in this ladder every step of the way. And so I'm going to show you what the benchmarks are. I'm going to talk about best practices in your business that you can create in order to get yourself to each level of the leadership ladder. So take it all in. This is definitely something that you write down a list of questions that you have for your coach, and you go back and you have a discussion with your coach about it, and you ask questions so that it doesn't become this call that you listen to and it sounds great, but I really want you to implement it. I want to make sure you understand all of these things. All right. So before we dive into that, just a few high level announcements that I want to go over with you guys. So for the month of April, there are some challenge pack promotions. So guys, if you didn't know, the Masters Hammer and Chisel is on sale for $160, along with the performance pack. So the regular challenge pack is your Shakeology. Your performance pack is just that. It's your performance line. The club membership challenge pack with the portion controlled containers is $140. That's a really cool idea, right? So they're not just giving you Shakeology and the Beachbody on demand access, but they're also giving you the food storage containers, the 21-day fixed containers. So if you are thinking like, okay, I have a lot of people out there that want to try Shakeology, they have poor nutrition, and maybe they want to try some of the workouts, do a 30-day clean eating and Shakeology group with the club membership challenge pack. You can teach people nutrition. You can teach them how to use the containers. And so this is a really cool option for people that maybe like to go to the gym, or runners, or people that like to do CrossFit or cycling, or, whatever, all the people out there. This is a good option for them that gets them the most bang for their buck. The club membership kickstart, which includes the club membership, right? So it's got Beachbody on demand. It's got the 3-day refresh, and it has Shakeology that comes with it. That is $180. And then on the 18th of April, so in just a few more days, the Ultimate Reset challenge pack is going to be on sale, so for $275. So thinking about like spring cleaning, who would be good for the Ultimate Reset? People that can't work out right now, people that have injuries, people that are overtraining and their bodies just ache, and they have poor diet and they just really need to restart. And with the Ultimate Reset, you don't work out for the entire program, for that entire 21 days, because your body is really meant to be taking the energy to restoring itself, and the food prep takes you as long as it would take you to exercise every day. But it's awesome. I would encourage you guys to do it at least once as a Beachbody coach, because it really is an amazing program, and I learned a lot about food doing it. So these are your promotions. Now, do not take a screenshot of this and post this on your timeline. Do not post this on Instagram. Do not post the Masters Hammer and Chisel is on sale. Buy it here, and post a link on your page. That is selling. You want to share. You do not want to sell. So you want to make sure you go out there and you share what Hammer and Chisel is doing for your body, or, you know, what Beachbody On Demand can offer you as, you know, for when you travel or for when you don't have access to, you know, to a computer or a TV, right? So you want to be able to talk about it, talk about Shakeology instead of just posting a link. So those are some tips for you. Also, summits. This is my summit page timeline that we have here. So remember what we're fighting for. This is the dream team is going to summit. So I've got a Facebook page, a closed page for coaches that are a part of our team as a whole, our large organization. So if you have not been added to this group yet, ask your sponsor coach to add you, or I'll post the link to it again in the team page after the call this evening. But this is sort of our communication as a team. I did create a poll within that group. I'm trying to organize. We're not doing a team training this year. So there are people that we did a team training last year. We did a dream team, but it's hard to organize with just I'm speaking and it was a lot of work. So we're not doing that, but I want to get together. Pretty much 25,000 people in Nashville for Coach Summit means that we're not all going to be in the same place at the same time ever. And so one day on Thursday afternoon, and I know there's a 2 o'clock and a 5 o'clock workout. So my goal is to do probably from 1 to 3:30 is to get together. And it's probably going to be at Tequila Cowboys, I think is the name of the bar restaurant. And the whole upstairs is going to be ours. And I want to say we can fit 200 and some people in there. So that is going to be our get together. And I will be giving you more details about that, but it will be Thursday and it will be that afternoon time frame. So if number one, if you want to go to a workout, you probably can still fit in the afternoon workout, the 5 o'clock one. It's within walking distance to all the hotels. It's right in the main area. It's fun. There's going to be a live band there, but it's going to be one place for us to get together, take a big team picture, for us to kind of mix and mingle. And then honestly, you know, you're going to be busy doing your own things the rest of the time, but this will be a great place for us to sort of meet, greet, do some team stuff. Hopefully I can get a microphone and we can hang out together and just do some shout outs and some announcements and just kind of a big, you know, just kind of a message to start off Summit right. And that'll be the Thursday of Summit. So the day that Summit starts, the general session will be that evening. This will happen during the day in the afternoon. So just an FYI, you will probably need a wristband or ticket, but again, more information will be coming as we get the details finalized for that. All right. Okay. Top recruiters of the week, really quickly, let's just go through and give a shout out. Brooke Benson recruited 8 coaches this past week. So congratulations, Brooke, for being our top recruiter. Alyssa, 6, Jenna, Suzanne, and Wendy. These were our top recruiters this week, for upwards of 4 all the way to 8 coaches. Congratulations on a job well done. That's pretty incredible. And our top Success Club earners so far. So we're 11 days into the month, and Brooke Benson has 26 Success Club points. Wendy Miles has 21. Brandy Russell, who is also a brand new Diamond coach, has 18. Kim Danger, 16 points and 14. Lauren at 14. So just make sure you give these coaches a congratulations, because that's incredible. I know that they're creating momentum and they're working the 3 vital behaviors. They are, you know, coaches that are hitting Success Club. Here's our coaches that have Success Club 5 or higher already for this month. So when I look at this list and I look at these coaches, I say to myself, okay, these are the people that are showing up, that are inviting, that are posting, that are not just selling, but actually developing the relationships and are working hard to create that momentum in their business. So congrats on a job well done. I'm really proud of you. Keep up the great work. Success Club is our true measure of success in the business. I always say to coaches, you know, this is the non-negotiable. If nothing else, the way that you show that you're doing the basics is by helping 3 to 5 people every month. So maybe you don't call it Success Club, maybe you call it the 3 Lives Club. If you sign 3 people up with a challenge pack and they're new people every month, then you are getting your product paid for and you're helping other people and you're running effective challenge groups. And I promise you that momentum will be able to go and grow and continue on. All right. Okay. Up next. These are the coaches. These are just my personally sponsored coaches. I wanted to give a quick shout out that earned a free summit ticket. So Jennifer and Cammie, congrats. They earned Success Club the first 3 consecutive months in their business. And so they are getting a free summit ticket. So congrats. This is the Success Starters program. If you're a new coach, know that the month you signed up or the month after counts as your month 1. And then 3 consecutive months, that is how you earn your free ticket to Coach Summit. And then these are the coaches that are obviously in month 2. Lindsay Roden is a success starter in the making. She's hit it her 2nd month, and these are the coaches that have hit it in month 1. So Katrina, Jessica, Christine, Iona, and Jairus so far have hit it in month 1. And then we're going to be talking about this tonight. So congrats, Daria Nettleton. She is a new team leader. She's a Success Club All-Star. Kendra, Colleen, Tasia are also new team leaders, along with Rachel and Kate. They're also new team leaders for the month of April. They have qualified in March, and so they have met all the qualifications that I'm going to be talking about. And then we have Julie Russell and Pamela Horn, who are 2 new team builders. So congrats, guys. Awesome job. And then our top producers for the week. I know that this is kind of hard to see, but Brooke Benson is our top producer. Krista Meyer, Rachel Mitchell, Wendy Miles, Kim Danger, Alyssa Shoemaker. Guys, congrats. These are all of the coaches that have hit over 500 PV in the last week. So for our last, what am I thinking of? Our last bonus week, right? So congrats. I always say this was such a big driver for me personally. I always have aimed for over 500 PV every single week in my business. When I looked across the weeks, I would say to myself, oh, I'm having a really low volume week. And that would push me to create something, whether it was 3-day refresh or supplements or challenge packs to boost my volume so that I knew that I didn't have these weeks where I was earning $0 and some weeks where I was earning $100. And so I really tried to come up with a system to keep that consistent so that I never had those peaks and valleys. And so just a little tidbit of something that sort of helped me along the way. All right, okay, let's get started. So I want to start you guys out with sort of talking about, as a new coach, right? When you come into the business and you get started, what are some of the things that you want to do? We want to get you set up for success. So if you're a new coach on this call right now, your first thing you want to do is you want to fill out that business quick start. And it's something you can print out right there in the Coach Online Office. There's that news and training tab. So you've got the training section that you can go to, download, print out, or you can actually fill it out online. But do this quick start and send it to your sponsor coach. This piece of paper pretty much says, hey, I'm serious about the business. Like, I have goals. And sometimes we leave this blank because we don't really know where we're supposed to go. And that opens up great discussion to have with your sponsor coach, right? The next thing, a GSR, is a getting started right call. That's your initial call with your sponsor coach. Whether you are wanting to be a hobby coach or you're somewhere in the middle or between a hobby and a business builder, get on the phone with your sponsor coach. Set up a call, go over your expectations for the business, what you want to achieve, your reservations, and your coach can help get you directed on the path for success. The next thing you want to get plugged into is training. Every one of the leaders in our organization, I know, runs a coach training every single month. So there is a place for you to get plugged in. You just have to ask your sponsor where you can go to get training. And if your sponsor does not offer any type of new coach training, then you have access in your Coach Online Office to go to your Star Diamond upline or your Diamond upline, and that's going to be your chain of command to go to get training. Personal development is essential for the business. So the Compound Effect by Darren Hardy is key. Make sure you go and you purchase that book and you start reading it right away. All right. And then last but not least, your goals for the first month is Success Club 5 and Business Starter. Your goals for month 2 are Emerald and Team Builder. And we're going to talk a little bit about that. But this gives you a guideline. And this is sort of an overview of the leadership ladder. So I'm going to just kind of move on to the next. You can see right here what each rung of the ladder means. And I'm going to explain this in way more detail, but this is where we're getting started. All right. So I really, truly feel like the leadership ladder is really where you create that sustainable income, but it's realistic benchmarks. So how many people feel like you got to a certain rung or a certain rank in your business? So say, I'm going to just use this as an example right here. So when we sign up to be a coach, the first thing we want to do is we tell everybody, okay, we've got to start a challenge group. We've got to get 3 to 5 people. We have to pay for your product, right? And so when we start a challenge group, we hit Success Club 5 and we've paid for our products and we're like, now what? And then the next thing your coach is going to tell you to do, okay, you've got to get to Emerald. And you're like, I don't know what Emerald means, but my coach is telling me I got to get there. And so they say, you got to sign up your spouse as a coach, and you got to sign up your mom, and that'll make you Emerald. You'll have 2 active coaches. You'll have one on the left and you'll have one on the right. And you guys can see that right here in this visual, right? And you're like, yay, I'm an Emerald coach. I've got 2 coaches. And then your coach tells you, most people just sort of overstep Ruby, but this can happen, right? Most people go to Diamond. Okay, you're an Emerald coach. Now we got to get you to Diamond. You need 4 coaches on the left, 4 coaches on the right. You need 2 Emeralds, and now you're an active Diamond. Yay! But those people could literally be friends and family that have 0 interest in building a business. All they are is either customers of yours that signed up for the discount, and maybe they don't even love Shakeology, so they might not even stay around very long. Maybe they stopped doing their program, so they're already inactive and they didn't reorder their Shakeology. Maybe they are family members that are just supporting you and just made a coach account so that you can get to the next rank. But just because you are an Emerald, just because you are a Diamond, and you've unlocked the ability to earn a team cycle bonus, right? Because at Emerald, you can earn $14 a cycle. At Diamond, you earn $18 a cycle. Just because you've got the bodies to fill the spots to create the diamond cake does not necessarily mean that you are earning the income to match that compensation plan and maximize it to its fullest. The latter is ensuring that you use it to its fullest potential, and that is what we're going to talk about. So I think getting to Diamond is great. I think achieving Emerald is awesome, but that skeleton, that family member, that parent that are your first 2 coaches are awesome, but you have to look past that. When it comes to building a team, building an organization, it comes from having like-minded people who are excited about building a business, who are excited about paying it forward and running challenge groups and helping other people. We are not a pyramid scheme. It is not about you make money based on the number of people you sign up. You make money, your income grows based off of what those people do, So you can have a Diamond coach that is making no money, and you can have an Emerald coach who is making bank because she's got 4 working coaches. So there is a difference in the quality versus the quantity. And yes, there is always going to be a little bit of both. You are going to have some discount coaches that are going to be mixed in there. Your loyal customers, they're going to give you just some extra stability. But in the end, we are working towards building a legitimate business here, right? And that's what we're talking about tonight. So hopefully this is going to give you a lot of guidance. All right, so I was saying this leadership ladder, Diamond does not equal the money. It just doesn't. I want you to remember that. When you go Diamond, a lot of times people say to themselves, okay, and we hype up Diamond to be this awesome and amazing milestone, which I think it is, and I know it is. You need to get to Diamond in order to get to the next step, right? It's kind of like, okay, I'm a leader. Okay, I've arrived, now what? But we need to build a solid foundation. So your goal is to start looking at Diamond and Team Leader together, Emerald and Team Builder together, Coach and Business Starter together, so that you always have something you're moving towards. So let's just look at the first rung, your Business Starter. We're going to move to right here. What are the requirements of a business starter? So to be in this rung, which is the first rung of your leadership ladder, you need to earn at least $100 over the course of a month. So on average, if you were to total up all of your commissions for the entire month of March, what would that be? If you've achieved $100 or more, check that box off. You will have your Shakeology paid for by your earnings as a business starter. You have to hit Success Club 5 to be a business starter. So you could have earned $100, but if you didn't also hit Success Club, you don't qualify. All right, so those are the two things that you need to do. I like that a business starter requires you to have all of those things in order to achieve it. So business starter. So what are the things a business starter should do? If you're a coach, you're sitting on this call right now, here are the things that you need to do. $100 a month, Success Club 5. Basics, start a challenge group. You've got to post 3 to 5 times a day. You've got to connect with people daily. You have to invite to a challenge group. You have to sell at least 3 challenge packs in order to get to Success Club, or 5 Shakeologies on Home Direct. Being a coach, being a business starter, the basics of what we do is a product of the product. We're working out and we're drinking Shakeology and we're actually doing a fitness program from beginning to end and journaling the progress and sharing our results along the way. That book that I was telling you about at the beginning, The Compound Effect, hey, you actually read it. You don't just buy it and tuck it away, but you read it and you apply it in your life. You don't just say, oh, that's great, it's not for me, but you look at it and you say, okay, how can I apply this to make myself a better business person? You're in a Coach Basics, so you're plugged into Coach Training. You're listening to the National Wake Up Calls. You're attending events. You know what the 4 vital behaviors are. As a business starter, you're beginning to know what your story is. And I'll tell you, I think I wrote my story 20 times before, and I still am changing and recreating and refining my story and how I share it. Social media skills. So these are the things, right? Finding your niche. What do you want to share? How often are you going to share it? Knowing the value of Shakeology. All of these things can happen by you participating in a coach training. So all of you have the opportunity to plug in. Here's the bottom line. Some of you choose to do it, and some of you choose to not do it. And so if you choose not to post, not to invite people, if you choose to let fear hold you back from getting started, if you choose to let your own inside insecurities keep you from connecting with people or putting yourself out there, then you will not reach this benchmark. You can't advance to the next rung of the ladder unless you achieve this one first. Does that make sense? Bonus points is money. So $100. They use bonus points just because we have different currencies. So we have Canadian and we have US. So bonus points is equivalent to dollars for that person, for Jamie that just asked. So what I want to encourage you guys to do is use this as a checklist. You can literally go down through and you can check off and you can say, I do all of these things. I have mastered these things. I connect with people daily. I use my business activity tracker. I invite people. I'm running effective challenge groups. I know Shakeology and the Beachbody products. This is where the learning happens. This is essential to your business. Coaches, you have to understand these things and you have to take the initiative to do it yourself. I can't do it for you. The next step of the leadership ladder, right, is getting to, and I think my slides are a little bit out of order. So, oh, nope, they weren't out of order. All right, we're going here. All right, so the next thing we're going to is Emerald or Ruby or Team Builder. So our first rung of the ladder, guys, is business starter. The next one we're going to is Team Builder. So you can be anywhere. You are an Emerald coach all the way up towards Diamond, right? Emerald, Ruby, and there's even Diamonds and 1-stars that are Team Builder. So here's what I love. You have to reach all of these in order to advance to Team Builder. So 250 bonus points, right? So BP, which I have it the wrong way. So $250 a month. So add up your commissions for the month of March. How much did you have? You have to hit Success Club 5 at minimum. You have to, at minimum, be an Emerald coach. And you have to have 2 personally sponsored coaches with 1 or more Success Club points and 200 team volume on your weak leg. Now, this is interesting because you can't just be an Emerald coach anymore. To be a team builder, you have to reach all of these benchmarks. So as an Emerald coach, if you have say you've sponsored 4 coaches and you have 2 on each side. And you're like, man, I've got 4 coaches. I'm hitting Success Club. I'm earning $250 a month, but I'm not really growing my business. None of my coaches are doing anything. You're not moving yourself up that ladder. You're not really growing a business that's creating sustainable income yet because your personally sponsored coaches are not engaged in the business. And then also, like when you get to Emerald, you unlock the compensation plan. So when you get to Emerald, everybody tells you like, oh my gosh, you're eligible for team cycle volume. Oh my gosh, this is so exciting. But if you don't actually have coaches on your weak leg that are producing volume, which is where that 200 team volume comes from, you're not maximizing your team cycles. All right. So if you look at your left leg and your right leg, for every 200 on your strong leg, to every 100 volume points on your weak leg, you earn $14 a cycle. So what I want you guys to do is go to your My Business, go to your My Volume report and look at it. I want you to look at your left volume and I want you to look at your right volume and look at where are you missing out. Are you accruing volume on a strong leg and you have 0 on your weak leg? That means you're not maximizing the compensation plan. This also helps you with placement. When you go to sign up coaches, you ask yourself, where do I want to place these people at? If I need to build my weak leg because I want to reach team builder, then I need to place some people on the weak leg also. Then you look at your working coaches. So I look at when somebody says to me, I've got 3 working coaches, and I say, okay, how many of them have Success Club points? Well, none. I'm like, okay, well, they're not working yet. Right? So your job is to help those people duplicate what you're doing. Start effective challenge groups. Help them get their first challenge pack sale. And then that is how you earn this category, is by helping your personally sponsored coaches get Success Club points. So this doesn't just focus on what you're doing with your own sales and your own social media, but it also adds the component of leadership. That's why it's called the leadership ladder. So let's just pause for 1 second and just, what about those requirements maybe trips you up? What questions do you have for me? So one person needs to sell a challenge pack. So Christine, on your team, correct. You have to have 2 personally sponsored coaches with 1 or more Success Club points. So if you have 2 coaches and they each sell a challenge pack, that would meet that one part of the requirement. That would meet one of those requirements. You would still need to also get your 200 team volume on the weak leg. And remember, this is over the course of a month. So for the entire month of April. So the minute I started introducing this to my team and to the people that really sort of took off with it and really started to focus on moving themselves up the ladder, they really started to notice their income make some significant jumps over the course of 3 to 6 months of focusing on these behaviors, because they weren't just placing coaches left, right. Oh, this looks like a good spot. Or sometimes I know coaches that never even look to see where their coaches are placed, and they don't even know what's going on in their business. This reminds you that you own a business. You're accountable to making sure you know what's going on within your organization. But the biggest thing, another thing that I think is important is, do you see what the first bullet under do this is? Continue everything from business starter. So just because you are an Emerald coach does not mean that you stop running challenge groups, that you stop expanding your market. Like, I know so many coaches who hit Success Club their first month and they get to Emerald in their first month, they work off their warm market and they forget to expand. They forget to add to their contact list. They say, I can't handle more than 1 challenge group a month, so I'm not going to run one this month. And so then they don't, and then they don't hit Success Club. If you don't keep pumping that well and creating a pipeline for your business of people that you're constantly bringing in, you're gonna stop. You're gonna find yourself going backwards, and you're gonna move back down to business starter again. So in this category, you're doing everything from business starter. It's becoming easier because it's something that you've been practicing. And so now it's taking you less time to do the things in the first 3 months that took you hours upon end to do, right? So now it's becoming a little more efficient. So let's focus on expanding your market. Let's go out there and find more people. Let's do ask for referrals. Let's ask a friend to invite a friend. Let's run some free groups. Let's focus on getting your customers quality results. So I was talking about this on an earlier call, and I was saying, it's not just about the number of people you can sign up, because if you don't actually help those customers get results, if you just sign them up and they get a challenge pack, but you don't put them in a challenge group, you don't support them, you don't help them get started right, they're not going to be a repeat customer. They're not going to come back. They're not going to get the results, and they're not going to help other people. They're not going to bring other customers into your business. So you need to know by practicing how to run effective challenge groups. At this level, you are beginning to turn your customers into coaches. So how do you get them started right? So it's important that you are doing the things that I mentioned before, setting people up for success. Are you doing getting started right calls? Are you plugging them into challenge groups? Are you making sure they're getting training? Do you tell them to read personal development books? Do you plug them into the team calls? So that's your responsibility at this level, is to train the people that you are bringing in. And then you're also looking towards, okay, I need to get from emerald to diamond. So what training opportunities are there for me at this level? And that's where you talk to your sponsor. Also, really just understanding the lingo, like how do you convert a customer to a coach? What do you say? What's the best practice? How do you not scare somebody away? And a lot of that's learned through our emerald to diamond, through being mentored through your upline. How to get coaches started right, social media. So again, a lot of our beginning parts of the business are us sort of fumbling through, like somebody where the electricity's been turned off and we're trying to find the flashlight. Don't you feel like the beginning of your business is like that? You're sort of like fumbling around. You try this, you try that, you try this drawer, that didn't work, let me try that, until you figure out what's worked. So at this point, you are starting to you found the flashlight, right? And now it's time to sort of find your way in the dark. And so you're creating that social media presence where you're beginning to create and attract and expand. What sort of posts are people liking? What's my niche? Who do I want to attract into my business? So these are where these behaviors start to take place. Using your business activity tracker daily. Understanding preferred placement. It is your responsibility to go and find the answers to these questions. It's your responsibility to know how to use reports, how to understand the compensation plan. Hey, if you don't know where this is at, if you go under the sponsorship drill down, or not the sponsorship drill down, if you go to the Coach Online Office, go to the news and training, go to the training section, there's all the answers can be found here. Things that you can then go and discuss with your coach also. All right, so learn how to recruit, support new coaches, get them started right, and how to earn. These are the big things at this level that you should be focused on getting to know. So I want to pause. Let me just stop for 1 second and answer this question. What is the difference between your weak leg and your strong leg? So Cynthia, when you get to emerald, right, or when you look at, and even just now, you guys can all go into your back office. If you go to the My Business tab and you look at, if you're a brand new coach, you're just getting started, just look at your volume. Look at your volume, and you're going to see left volume and right volume. One side is probably going to have more volume than the other. That's your strong leg. Or you look at your graphical genealogy and you see, who are these people that I did not sign up that are on this side of my business? And everybody's different depending on where you're placed in an organization. Wherever you naturally see coaches being added to by people above you, that is your strong leg. Your weak leg of the business is the side that you build, that only you can add people to. And then whoever they add is going to add volume to that side. When you move up the ladder, can you move back down the ladder? So Cynthia, yes, you can move up and down. So it goes month to month. In order to maintain, in order to stay, you have to reach these requirements every single month. So yes. All right, so far we've gone through 2. I want you to give yourself a grade. I'll upload these slides so that you guys can go back, but I want you to actually go down through and say to yourself, where am I falling short? Where am I falling short? Because I guarantee you, if you are off balance with these things, that is why you're not growing. It's why you're not growing. All right. So there's something you're missing a piece, and that's going to be your sauce, your secret sauce. All right. So here we go. Emerald to Ruby. So I know we've talked about this one already. This is what it looks like in the Coach Online Office. I wanted to share this slide with you. So if you are at the Team Builder rung, you should be actively enrolled in an Emerald to Diamond training, or your goal is to start moving towards Diamond. Then from there, our goal is to get to team leader. So what are the requirements of a team leader? So a team leader earns on average $1,000 a month, at least $1,000 a month in income. A team leader hits Success Club 5 every month. Now, I always say, if you're a team leader, if you're shooting to build a business, let's just start the best practice right now that Success Club 10 is the benchmark. You always hit Success Club 10 and you never stop. All right? Success Club 5 is great, but Success Club 10 is better. That's best. You have 4 personally sponsored coaches with at least 1 Success Club point each month. 4 personally sponsored coaches with 1 or more Success Club point. You are earning a minimum of 5,000 team volume on your week leg per month, and you are a diamond coach or higher. All of these benchmarks have to be achieved in order for you to move to a team leader. So what does that prevent? It prevents you from doing this. Mom, sister, brother-in-law, aunt. Oh, I think I'll build my aunt. Let me give my aunt 2 of my discount coaches. Okay, over on the left leg. Let me give my neighbor, a friend from school, one of my college roommates. Oh, my girlfriend down the street. Let me build my girlfriend down the street to Emerald. Woohoo! I'm a diamond coach. But guess what? You are earning nothing. All right? So this benchmark, team leader, when you combine that with diamond, you are creating stability in your organization. I do not want you to build a house of cards where it crumbles and falls because your friend down the street and your emerald that you built suddenly stop drinking Shakeology and everything crumbles and falls and you lose ground in your business. I have seen it happen. It happens. You see diamond, you see a shiny object, you want to get there as fast as you can. But what I want you to be focused on is getting to diamond and beyond. So if you want to build that house of cards because you're like, diamond is the end all be all and I have to be there before I can even begin this business, then do it. Sign everybody up as a coach, but be thinking about what the next step is going to look like. You can't let your foot off of the gas when you get to diamond. The next thing you are focused on is becoming a team leader. And you can do these 2 simultaneously. You can build yourself to diamond and team leader simultaneously. All right? So let's kind of take a moment and go through this. So at this point, when you're working towards diamond and you're working towards team leader, you're thinking about, I can't stop doing what I was doing when I was a new coach and when I was an emerald. I need to continue to run a challenge group every month. Because I know that the best way to find coaches in my business and the best way to continue to have referrals is by running challenge groups, helping people get results. They can turn into advocates or working coaches or referral sources. I have to keep building myself. I have to keep expanding. I have to keep asking for people to join me. I can't stop inviting. But also, when people get to the diamond level and this rank, they all of a sudden think, oh my gosh, I have this team and I have to help these people, and they get scared and they freak out. And so what I want to say to you is you don't have to think like that. What you are focused on is this. 80% of your time is spent building your personal business. 20% is spent working on your team. So at this rung of the ladder, what should you be aiming for? $1,000 a month, Success Club 5, minimum of diamond, 4 personally sponsored coaches with 1 or more Success Club point, and 5,000 team volume on your week leg. So if you're a diamond coach or you're working towards diamond, just do a little gut check for yourself. Go into your sponsorship drill down. Look at your personally sponsored coaches that you've signed up. How many of them have any Success Club points? How many of them have sold anything so far this month? Do you have any working coaches? Write their names down. How often do you talk to them? Are they in Coach Basics? Are you doing weekly calls with those people? Are you helping them get their first challenge group started right? Are you helping them get success? Are you stressing that importance of Success Club with them too? Okay, at this level, you also should know your weak leg and your strong leg. How many volume points do you have on your weak leg? Could you, through training, help your coaches begin to earn more commissions, which is going to in turn increase your weak leg volume? You know, in this part right over here where we have your left and your right, some of you are just going down on this on this side, and you're going left, right, and you're alternating back and forth. But maybe you need to focus on building that weak leg. So maybe you place everybody on that weak leg for a month or two, a couple months, 6 months, a year, because maybe you have some imbalances there, right? So what does this do? What does this leadership ladder do? It gives you placement strategy. It teaches you how not just to build a business that's based on yourself and what you can personally sell, but it helps you to start unlocking what a leadership role should be. That you have to lead by example. You can't be a team leader and not hit Success Club. So when I look at this, I say, okay, my team leaders are walking the walk and talking the talk. This is what I really place the weight on. I also know that people that are team leaders have not built a house of cards. They are at least working their business in the right direction where they're starting to maximize their team cycles. And this is where I can really say, okay, we've got something to work with here. All right, let's take those coaches that are engaged in the business that you have. Let's run Coach Basics with them. Let's help them get to Diamond. Let's help them get to Star Diamond. You know, and so these are the things that you should be asking yourself, am I doing these things? Am I continuing to do all my coach and Emerald activities plus personal development, leadership skills, and understanding reports and sponsorship drill down? At this level, you are responsible for your own business. All right. Okay, so what is the average? If I look at this, and let me just stop in 1 second. I was hitting 10 until I started working on my business, building my husband to Diamond so I could go 2 stars, still aiming for 10, but am I doing that right? So Melissa, you know, you don't ever want to stop building your own business. That's essential. So, you know, anytime where I find myself saying, oh my gosh, my coaches just need me all the time. They're just always asking me questions and I'm not having time to blog or post or message people or invite, I know I'm off balance. I always aim for myself personally to hit Success Club 10 or higher. Now, some of you have different strategies. You want to go 5 in your spouse's and 5 in yours. It's fine as long as you're bringing in new customers every single month and you're focused 80% of your time on building your business, then you're doing okay. However that is split is up to you, whatever you want that to look like. The average length of time it takes to get there, or should it take? So it depends on 30 days to business starter, 30 days to team. Okay, so that's individual. So, you know, kind of the rule of thumb is create your own sense of urgency. As fast of a business you want to build is how fast you're going to get there. So ideally, everybody should be Emerald in the first 30 to 45 days of their business. That's not an issue. You know, so you should be a business starter right off the bat. I would definitely say within 60 to 90 days, definitely a team builder. And by the time you're 6 months in, you should be a Diamond coach. You should be working at that team leader rank. That is not anything set in stone. That should be the normal progression of somebody that is doing the basics every single day, that is building consistency. Anybody that has not reached that, there was definitely something that was missing. There was a little bit that was missing. It's going to take people longer, and that's okay. I always say you have got to run your own race, but you need to create your own sense of urgency. So if you're trying to replace an income or create some, you know, a little bit of security for your family or a little safety net or a little nest egg over here, you know, you have to you have to have that internal drive to make it happen at the rate you want it to be. All right. Thanks for the 80-20 reminder. What do you suggest when both legs are weak? Then, Kristen, you're building them evenly. So that's a great problem to have. Your goal is to build your legs even, and you need working coaches on each side. So once you get your emeralds, then you want to get those emeralds to get 2 more. So you're just going back and forth. Maureen, the value of making a spouse a coach. So number 1, you need your spouse to be at the top of your organization. Because let's face it, the next person you sign up is going to, your spouse is going to reap the benefit of anything that person buys or sells on that leg. So I signed Matt up right away. I got my first coach, and then Matt was my second coach. He got me to Emerald. I bought a challenge pack. I bought Shakeology packets and a 3-day refresh, and I sold them both. And I sold the packets to people that wanted to try Shakeology for $5 a sample. And so Matt's account sat there, and every month he was my samples, or he was my extra product or things that I needed. And that was how I kept him at that point. And I didn't build him. He sat there as a placeholder for a very long time. But I needed him at the top of my organization, because say the next person you sign up is the future top coach, you want all of that volume to build your spouse's that strong leg, and to give that volume. So you want them to be there, whether you're going to someday down the road build that business center, or you're just going to keep it a placeholder. If you are not sure, if you are in a position right now where you financially cannot afford to sign up a spouse, don't do it yet. Make yourself get another coach before you sign up a spouse, and to get yourself to Emerald. That's my honest opinion for you guys. Consistency, and don't stop once you hit a certain rank. Absolutely. All right. Okay. So does it matter which leg? So you need to decide where, and Dee Dee, this is different for everybody. So it depends on your business strategy. It really does. So, coaches, like I put Matt on my strong leg. I did not build him right away. He has strong leg volume. I didn't want to build him right away. That was fine. When I was ready to, he had a lot of volume that I could maximize. Some people put their spouse on their weak leg because that's somebody they can control. They want to build that business center also. They want to put customers there. They want to add coaches right away. They want to control that. So it just depends on your personal strategy. I definitely say it needs to be something that you talk to your sponsor about. If your coach hits diamond before me and then I get diamond, would I skip diamond and go to 1 star? Yes, that is correct, Leah. Yes, you would. Yep. All right, so here's where we're shooting for. Diamond, team leader is the new diamond. This is really what you're focused on. But once you get here, we don't want to stop. You don't want to stop. You really are focused on the next rung of the leadership ladder, and the next rung of the leadership ladder, right? So here's some of the activities and this is from the back office, your diamond, your 1 star. Give yourself a gut check, guys. Those of you that are diamond coaches and are working towards team leader, I guarantee you, if you're struggling to get to team leader, you're not yourself doing the behaviors that a leader should do. So next up is organizational leader. 2-star diamond, Success Club 5, 6 personally sponsored coaches with 1 or more Success Club point, and 15,000 team volume on your weak leg a month. So that would mean you would add up all the volume for the month of March, whatever the total is on your weak leg, that would determine whether or not you met that goal, and you're earning $2,500 a month. And you have 2 personally sponsored team leaders. So again, it is not a numbers game. It is not, if I sign up 100 coaches, I'm going to reach 2-star diamond because I've built my own organization. That doesn't mean you're a leader. That just means you're really good at enrolling coaches, and a lot of them. What says that you are building an organization with substantial growth means that your coaches are duplicating what you are doing. And that's what these rungs actually mean. So are the coaches on your team building a business? And so here's another thing. You could be You could be a 2-star diamond and have no working coaches because it's your husband and your mom's account that you built to get you to 2-star, right? But they're not producing any Success Club points. Those people are not, right? They're not doing it. You don't have any volume on that weak leg because there's not enough there. And then also to get to organizational, 2 of your personally sponsored coaches need to be team leaders. So don't you think that this really gives you like, okay, this is where I need to go. This is where my focus is. I really need to make sure that I'm building that weak leg volume. My coaches are working the business, but I also am very focused on bringing in new people every single month. And then it goes up, right? So these are your organizational leader, 25,000. These are the requirements. And then 5 to 15 star to get to be executive leader, it's $8,500 a month, Success Club 5, minimum of 5-star diamond, 8 personally sponsored coaches with 1 or more Success Club point, 50,000 team volume on the weak leg, and 4 team leaders. So if you are somebody that needs to have a goal to shoot for, this is what I would tell you to go for. This is what I would tell you to get to. I would tell you to get to Emerald. Well, first of all, I would tell you to start a challenge group, master the art of running effective challenge groups, master the art of hitting Success Club, sign up 2 coaches, get to Emerald, sign 2 more coaches, get halfway to Diamond, get to Diamond. Start to get to organizational leader. Focus on diamond and organization, or diamond and team leader. Then team leader, you're moving towards organizational next. And you push yourself. You create the internal drive. You go back through and you look at the benchmarks listed at each rung and you say, where can I get better? Where can I get better? And you say to yourself, I don't know how I'm going to find these people. I don't know how I'm going to get there, but I believe that the service that I'm providing to people is going to make a difference. And you say to yourself every single morning, I am going to do the best that I can. And if you do the best you can with consistency and you show up daily with a smile on your face and you genuinely help people, you will get there. It is not a race. It is not a race. I don't care what the person next to you is doing. I don't care how fast Sally got herself to team leader. All I care about is that you're doing it the right way. And I care that you are not building a shell that is going to crumble and fall. And the leadership ladder is building an organization that has stability that is going to last you a lifetime. But I like that you can't drop the ball. You can't stop hitting Success Club yourself. You can't stop building your team. You have to keep focused forward on what's going to help you get there. So I love that about this business. I really find that it's helpful. So what do I want you guys to do, right? So as we sort of wrap up this call, as we sort of think back to, okay, where can we go from here? What should my call to action be? You guys have to commit to your own plan, your own game plan. So you got to take these slides and maybe you sit down, maybe you print them out and you say to yourself, okay, Melanie, I need to focus on the basics. I stink at inviting. I stink at getting people to actually finish a challenge group. I stink at transitioning customers to coaches, and you focus on it. You don't just go out there and say, I can't do it, but you take the reins and you say, I am going to figure it out. I am going to create my own action plan. Maybe you're bad at personal development. Maybe you are not a product of the product. You can't run an effective business if you aren't leading by example. Identify what you need to do to get to the next leadership rung. Make yourself a checklist that you tape to your computer screen or you put on the front of your notebook. The third thing is you control the controllable. You can't control what your coaches do, but you can control what you do. This goes back to the 80-20 rule. Just because you have 3 people that say they want to build a business, unless they're actually matching your pace, your effort and intensity, you don't have any working coaches. So the only thing you can control is how many people you invite, you follow up with, you add to your challenge groups, and you help get results. You can control that number. The rest, when people finally step forward and they say, I'm ready, I'm willing to run and teach me, then you move forward and you teach. But if those people stop being teachable, then your focus goes back to what you can control, because you can't control people, you can only control what you are doing. Remove the emotional component to it, right? So take out the emotional component of she did this or he did that, or this person said they were gonna hit Success Club and they didn't. You got to build up a little bit of a wall and go back to control the controllable. And last but not least, you have to get to work at doubling your rate of failure. You have to be able to, in this business, move from one objection to the next objection to the next roadblock without ever losing faith in the bigger picture. You are not meant to just be average. You are meant to do something extraordinary with this opportunity. And it may morph and transform and be something totally different than Beachbody, right? But unless you are sitting here right now saying, I'm willing to fail, I'm willing to figure it out, unless you take that leap of faith, you're never going to find out what that is. So failure, you have to look at that as the most positive thing. Like, it is essential to business success that you fail over and over and over again. Because the more you fail, the better you're going to get. So why not you? Do not look at the benchmarks of an organizational or even a team leader and say to yourself, there is no way that I am going to earn $2,500 a month doing this business, or $8,500 a month doing this business. I promise you, if you say to yourself, I'm going to be there, watch me, you will get there. You will get there. So why not you? Why not you build a solid foundation that gets you to the future growth that you want to be at? So I just want to open it up. 5 minutes, questions that you guys might have about the leadership ladder. Was there anything that you would like me to elaborate on? I am willing and happy to help, but I believe that everybody should leave this call tonight and set the goals based on their leadership ladder in conjunction with their rank. I actually want you to go back to your sponsor coach, and I want you to tell them what rung of the leadership ladder that you are going to advance in the next 2 months. Are you going to end April as a team leader? Are you going to end April as a team builder? Are you going to move up to organize? Where do you want to be at the end? So really want you to think about that and go to your sponsor and really create an action plan that you can share. All right. Thank you. Oh, good. I'm glad it helped. Is there ever a time where your carryover volume goes away? Carryover volume, guys, if you go inactive, so it goes away, you lose it. Carryover, you have a master flush when you hit, oh gosh, 5 million? No. What is it, guys? You hit a master flush, and it's in the policies and procedures, but I have to go actually look. I have to go actually look at that. So, but yes, there is. Husband and I were just discussing how I was going to make substantial team and not just all this. Yes. So, Brianna, it's good to have discount coaches, but it's good to think it. Okay, good. I think it is too. But it's good to have discount coaches. Like, those people are okay. But when you're looking at the really big growth of your team, it's building that week leg volume, getting working coaches that are passionate about what you do. And I find them through my challenge groups a lot of times. If you don't, so Maureen, you're also, give yourself a little leeway. You are brand new. So that's also, but it will come, absolutely. We can talk more about the spouse, sign him up as a coach, and he orders Shakeology HD, and then he stays a coach. Yes. So he's just a placeholder at that point. So we'll talk about that, Maureen. We'll actually, you and I can kind of chat about that. But yes, and also, make sure that this is something you want to do before you invest in that also. I don't want you guys to be spending money and not getting it back. I want you to make money. I want you to hit Success Club that first month, sell your challenge packs, get some customers before you really start, unless you just get it and you've got it, then go with it. But if you're struggling just to run a challenge group, just focus on the customers. All right. And then add another layer onto it. What's the best way to learn about converting customers to coaches? So number one, Leah, we're in the 3 vitals. We're going to talk about this month, but also if you go into the training, like under the news and training section, there are resources in there about how to invite people to sign up as coaches, but you want to go and invite your customers to become coaches. You want to present that opportunity. And maybe that would make a great team call. Is maybe the next one we do is maybe I should write this down. So how to convert, and I'm pretty sure there was a national wake-up call or a summit presentation on this topic as well. But it's all, you can find it in that resource library under the training section. All right. Does January Beachbody leadership relate to rank or ladder placement? So Erin, I need to go back and look at that, but I know that you need to be a 2-star diamond by a certain date in order to qualify. I know that the leadership, like 5-star leadership, is going to have some leadership ladder associated with it too. So I'll have to go back and check the specifics for the leadership in January, but I don't think it does. I think it's just 2-star. All right. Other questions? I'm really glad that you guys found that this was helpful. I really, really am. That's good. That's good. Any feedback is always appreciated. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this into a PDF, and hopefully it didn't confuse you more. I'm sure that some of the new coaches might find this a little more confusing, but I am going to, good, turn this into a PDF. I'll post it for all my diamonds. You can share it with your teams. I will post it in my team page and the large team page. You can pull it right away. This will go up as a YouTube recording. It will get posted, so you can share it with your teams. And then this should open more discussion. So this is definitely a jumping off point to open up more discussion. All right, guys? All right. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening, and I will see you guys back here next Monday night. Take care, everybody. See you later.